Hey guys, Rhett here. What's going on? At my client Brendan's first Section 8 rental property out of state. Guys, Brendan lives up in Massachusetts and he is investing over 1,400 miles away. He bought this property for $70,000, 70. The rehab needed here was about $30,000, okay? And this is gonna rent for somewhere between $1,200 and $1,300 a month, 100% Section 8. So, did a lot of electrical work in here. It did a lot of plumbing work, new water heater, all new flooring, a lot of cosmetic work. Still not done, but we are very, very far along. So the last thing that'll take place is our touch-up team coming through here, taking care of all the Section 8 items, taking care of all the trim work, all the small things. But for the most part, we are just about finished. Come on in, I wanna walk you through and show you what we've done. So, guys, first thing we did in here, all brand new countertops, okay? So really did a job on this kitchen. This kitchen was a disaster. So we cleaned up all the cabinets and then put brand new countertops. It looks really, really good. New hardware and new knobs and all that sort of good stuff, okay? Along with a lot of electrical work. So guys, coming in here right off the kitchen, this is really nice. This is your laundry room, okay? And this is really, really separate from every other place in the house, which is great. So brand new water heater, put a big monster in here. Old water heater was bad. We had to replace a lot of flooring in here, a lot of subflooring as well. The old water heater was leaking tremendously and going through the floor. So we have our washer dryer hookups. We have everything we need in here, and it's nice because it's right off of the kitchen. Okay, the only thing else that needs to be done in here, we gotta put a brand new GFI in here that's not in here yet, so that'll go in here as well, and that'll take place during the trim work and next aspect of this. Okay, so really good sized kitchen. One thing I like about this kitchen too, guys, is we have a nice little nook right here for breakfast. Okay, so we have a little breakfast nook. You can put a table right here. You have a good sized kitchen. You have your laundry off the kitchen. One of the reasons why, when Brendan and I were looking at houses for him and we talked about what he wanted to buy, one thing I really wanted him to focus on was buying a property with great layout. And that is this to a T. So I'm really excited for him and what he was able to find on the market and buy for a great price in a really, really nice, quiet neighborhood. So you come in here, guys, we put all new flooring, all new subfloor throughout this entire house. The original subfloor in here was falling apart. A lot of this has been restructured underneath as well. So all new flooring, the whole house has been painted, new electrical work, like I said, but a lot of work was done underneath the floors. And just because of the age of the house, it was experiencing a lot of water damage. We were able to come in here and had to do a lot to the support system of the house. So it all turned out really, really good. So good sized living room, guys, big living room. We come in here and again, we have all of our bedrooms and our bathroom all situated in this direction. So we come into bedroom number one. Bedroom number one looks really good. It's small, but it has our closet. It's got everything that we need. And it's nice and cozy in here, a lot of natural light. A lot of these houses, guys, I try not to turn a lot of lights on because I want to show the natural light that comes into these houses. You have to imagine, even if we're not selling these, we're still having to sell them to tenants to rent, right? You're still, just because you're not selling them, they still have to be a very marketable asset. One of the ways you create marketable assets is by creating assets with appeal. Something with appeal. Same thing as you guys who are watching this, right? When you buy houses or if you rent houses, you want a house that looks nice and you want to be able to walk into your house and not have all the lights on and be able to get a lot of natural light. Right now, there's not one light on in this house. We're getting a ton of natural light. That's also going to cut down on electrical costs for our tenant, okay? So really, really good no matter how you chalk it up. Plus, it's nice and aesthetic. So we come through, guys, bedroom number one. We have our largest bedroom in the house, bedroom number two. Okay, we have all of our cable hookups. We have everything we need here. And we have a newer HVAC unit, condenser unit outside. We got a nice big backyard with a storage shed as well, okay? So nice for kids and animals or whatever whatever people want to do. All right, that's bedroom number 2. And then bedroom number 3, we actually replaced one of these windows as well that was busted out, but good sized closet in here as well, and nice sized bedroom here too. So guys, when it comes to buying houses in areas like this, one thing that is and of course the bathroom here as well. So new toilet, new vanity in here, all new hardwood on the tub, and the tub has been reglazed as well. So we were able to do a lot of plumbing work in the bathroom as well. So one thing that is really nice and really good to know when you are looking for houses to buy is, and this is one of the most misunderstood aspects of buying Section 8 houses. And it all goes back to why it's so important to do this with people who know what they're doing. But when you buy properties, a lot of people will look at crime maps. And crime maps are not always the best metric to look at when you're looking at houses. For example, you can look at a crime map in an area and immediately you see big red blotches and orange blotches that signify high areas of crime, and you say, okay, no way. But a lot of times, some of those areas, the area might not be very good, but the pricing's good, but the street is safe. And we might have safe streets in areas that aren't great. And for those of you who say, well, that doesn't make any sense, I'm telling you, I've been investing in these areas for a very long time. It's very funny how in some of these areas you might have a bad area, you might have bad street, but then you might have one street where nobody's allowed to do any crime on. I've been doing this for a long time, and you'd be surprised at how many markets are very similar, where there is a lot of respect on a couple of streets. And it's so important to know that, because if you do buy a house in the wrong area, you're going to lose money. If you buy the right house in a bad area on the right street, you're gonna do great. So you have to do this, guys, with people who understand markets, who understand areas, who understand what kind of house and what kind of area is gonna make money, and what kind of house and what area isn't gonna make money. For example, if you don't have the team, I got a phone call from somebody about 2 weeks ago who said they bought a house in a market that I have a team in, and it's been vacant for 6 months. And I said, well, that sounds ridiculous. So I made a phone call to a contractor in that market, and he told me that they deal drugs on the corner, 2 houses down. So of course, everybody who's planning on moving to that neighborhood knows that. The only person who doesn't know that is the guy who owns it, right? So you have to know that stuff. Now, if you worked with me and my team, we'd tell you immediately, hey, we might go to inspect that house when you have it under contract, but we'll say right away, guys, no way. We're not buying this, because our contractor who looked at it knows that they're dealing drugs on the corner, or whatever it is. And you'd be surprised at how often things like that happen, where we get inside information on a neighborhood or a house or a street because we do a lot of business, because we have been doing this for a long time, but also because the people we use are respected in the communities and hear things that otherwise you would never hear, especially being an out-of-state investor. So you have to have teams, you have to have good teams, and you have to have teams that know what they're doing, because you are a direct representation, and so is your bank account of the team that you have, all right? So guys, if you want to use my team and you want to do this with me, send me an email in the description below. We'll get you started. You can get a beautiful house just like this, just like Brendan got for himself, 1,400 miles away. We'll see you next time.